So we set off, and we were on a bit of a tight time scale.
No, we set off on the worst possible day. Every time he'd like to do things like this, we have to set off. It doesn't matter how bad the weather is. So we set off on the worst possible day, with the storm, the rain. We in the wet, we freezing cold. The sea, the wave is 4 or 5 meters high, and I was sick.
Bad.
And I just thought that I'm going to die. I'm going to die there. Bye-bye, Porto Montenegro. And we are setting off toward Croatia on the weather day like this.
And we've left on probably the worst day of the week, really, because it was horrendous earlier, gusts of 35. We started off and customs didn't want to process us out of even Tivat because it was raining so hard that they didn't want to come out and see us, did they?
No.
And it was raining quite hard, but it all started okay.
No, it wasn't.
It was just raining.
It's bad.
So we set off, and we were on a bit of a tight time scale.
No, we set off on the worst possible day. Every time he'd like to do things like this, we have to set off. It doesn't matter how bad the weather is. So we set off on the worst possible day, with the storm, the rain. We in the wet, we freezing cold. The sea, the wave is 4 or 5 meters high, and I was sick.
Bad.
And I just thought that I'm going to die. I'm going to die there.
But then as soon as we got out of the actual protection of that, of where we are in Montenegro, and we got out into the sea, oh my God. I've never seen waves like it, because I think the waves were hitting the coastline, coming back, and then hitting more waves coming towards the coastline. So you ended up with this sort of whooshing effect, where all of a sudden, right in front of you, you'd see a tower of water come up out of nowhere. It was flat, and then it went whoop, and it was like, where the heck did that come from? We've got both engines on. They're a bit poorly at the minute. We're trying to make our way to Trieste. We've got 10 days to get there, and hopefully if the engines last till we get there, they'll be serviced, and we'll check the props and check the anodes and check the sea hot water things and whatever. And yeah, look, very nice. And because we haven't sailed a boat for a few months, it's all kind of new but kind of known, but you know, whoa, the waves are getting big under these waves. Oh my God. Well, the weather state has been absolutely horrific all day long. But look at this, we've now gone from really deep blue here to just over there. It looks like a light green colour. I mean, look, why does it stay so separate? That is bizarre. But it seems to go sort of kind of that way. So here we go, we're in deep dark green, and just in front of the boat there, look, is lighter green. It's very, very odd. Here we go, just changing watercolour now. You can just about see it. I don't know if you can, but I can. And now we're into weird looking green water. Behind us is dark blue. So it took us 6 hours anyway to literally get round the corner because of the weather, and because Pookie felt sick, and I wasn't feeling great. We pulled into a little place called Cavtat.
Yeah.
And we dropped the anchor, and we just thought, you know, we're just going to hide out from the storm, hide out from the weather, put the anchor down, stop here the night, and then we'll just carry on in the day. So we got up in the morning, bright and breezy anyway, heading north, and we had been flying a yellow flag, so we actually thought this was a quarantine or free passage sort of flag. It was a flag that you could fly if you was going past a country but didn't actually want to stop in that country. We were told that if you fly the yellow flag, you could sail past that country towards your destination. Yeah, this is Sawasdeekat, over. Croatia.
Okay, please can you turn your direction to Dubrovnik?
What would you like us to do, or what information do you need? We are not stopping in Croatia, we're on our way to Italy. Over.
Yes, but you stay last night on the anchor. Please proceed to Dubrovnik port. Dubrovnik port.
Doesn't matter that we fly the quarantine flag like we said. They said that you need to come in. Doesn't matter, just come in. So we turn the boat around and come in. We said that we're not going to get on land at all. We're just on our way to Italy.
Yeah, I tried to explain on the radio. I got a bit frustrated on the radio because I was saying, look, we're flying a yellow flag. We're not planning on stopping. And the guy said, but you've been seen putting your anchor down in Cavtat. And I said, yeah, because we were trying to avoid a storm. I said, we didn't get off the boat. We didn't touch land. I said, we were literally hiding from a storm. And I thought that was a good enough excuse. But apparently not. He said, look, just come in, the paperwork will only take about 10 minutes and you'll be on your way. You were like, okay, so we turned the boat round, but bearing in mind we're only running on one engine at the time because our sail drive engine, which is on our port side, didn't sound very good. It sounded a bit iffy, didn't it? At the time, we were going with the wind.
Yeah, and then we have to turn around, and then now we have to face go against the water and the wind.
Yeah.
So half of the speed. So it takes us ages to get back to.
So on one engine.
On one engine to get back to see these police people.
Yeah.
And they came out picking us up. Actually.
They met us in a gunboat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like, uh-oh.
Okay, so we've had this boat, this big police boat, meet us now, wave us, and that's basically get them to follow them in to Dubrovnik. So they're either going to be really nice or we're going to be here for most of the bloody day by the looks of it. What do you think they're going to be, Puck?
Be nice.
You think they're going to be nice?
I hope so.
I can't see it.
Well, we do everything online before, so we thought that we on the transit. So who are they going out for? Oh, they came out for us.
Yeah, and we didn't think they'd come out for us. We just thought they would just happen to be in the neighbourhood. But then when the guys started waving at us to follow them, we were like, oh, okay, maybe that was for us then. So we followed them into the harbour anyway, and the next 3 hours were spent answering questions about where we're going from, arguing about this yellow flag thing, talking about, because they wanted to fine us quite a lot of money, and then in the end they gave us a discount, but they still fined us €170 because they said it was a misdemeanor that we hadn't actually used the radio and told them this was our plans. So because they didn't know of our plans, they said we were going to get fined for not telling them what our plans were. Okay then.
Okay.
Was Puck right or was I right? Were they going to be nice or were they going to be a pain in the arse?
Well, they half nice, and they are also
half nice. Half nice.
They didn't charge us.
No, they
right.
didn't. They didn't have any choice about that. The form was already filled out. Right. So they showed us where to go in the harbour. The tying off points are probably, I don't know, 30 metres apart. So your boat really isn't safe against the quayside, especially when the wind starts to blow. Anyway, never mind. So 3 policemen jump us on board, and
writing the file straight away.
Straight away writing the file. Didn't even want to listen to what we've got to say. So we tried to explain. That yesterday we're in a bad storm. We're transiting. We're not planning on stopping anywhere. We're transiting, but we had a bad storm yesterday, so we had to put our anchor down, at night for safety. Really, we didn't go ashore. We've got the yellow flag showing. What's this all about? What was the result?
It doesn't matter. If you drop the anchor in the water, that count as you entering into the land.
Yeah.
The water.
So just because you're in their waters, even though you're transitioning, they're saying what you've got to do is you must book into Schengen because you're travelling through Schengen. So our next anchorage was in the pitch black darkness, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're approaching this area like sort of you have to look at the monitor and then rely on the sat nav.
Yeah, because we could see the rocks either side, we could see the hills and stuff, and we could see how much water was in front of us, and it wasn't a lot bigger than our boat. Well, this is the morning. We're expecting somebody to come out and perhaps fine us for parking our boat overnight, because that is just typical of Croatia right now. That's how I feel. Pretty disappointed really in the whole country. Never mind. Hey ho. Let's see what today brings. Well, still trying to get past this big island that we tried to set off for this morning. Look at all the stuff in the water here. I mean, I don't know if it's sailors. I mean, there's sticks there, but when I see white stuff, I always think of fishermen with their fishing boxes. We're trying to get past the headland over there to head towards Hvar. On the route we'd originally planned, by today we should have been actually on the corner of that mountain, on the corner of that island there. I think in a place called like Lombarda, but we've passed there and we haven't stopped there, only because we're a bit nervous about getting to Trieste on time. So we'd rather sit here for hour upon hour going slowly and getting a bit further and ahead of ourselves than anything else. Right, well, let's see how we get on a bit later.
Yeah,
we started.
It's a long way, but we just try to aim toward that and to meet up with our friends as well on another boat, Ed and Karen.
Yeah.
But on the way, the engine like sort of have the beep 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 alarm come up again. It's overheated.
The engine started to overheat. Bearing in mind, we're not using the we are using the sail drive engine still a little bit that needs servicing. So we're using either one or the other engine, or both on half power if you like. But the main engine, which had the good sail drive on it, that started overheating, so we put some more water in that.
Yeah.
It was good to get to our destination. We met Ed and Karen that night, didn't we? And had a bit of a sundowner with Ed and Karen, which was really, really nice.
No, but that when your engine one side packed up completely.
Yeah, I was trying to get the position of the boat in the right place, and as I went into reverse on the port engine, the sail drive just sounded catastrophic, and I was like, oh dear, that's going to cost us a bit of money. So but we didn't know how much at the time. We just thought probably just needs a bit more servicing. But never mind. So day 4, we got up in the morning and set off, only using the starboard good engine, because the port side engine's sail drive did not sound well at all. But we hadn't really gone very far, and even the starboard engine started squealing a lot. The fan belt was like making a huge amount of noise. So we turned around and waited a bit, and I was going to try and tighten the fan belt up to make it work better. But the problem is all our spanners are in millimeters, and I think the engine's so old that some of the nuts and bolts on there are in inches and they don't quite fit, so I didn't have the right spanner, and the only thing I could use was an adjustable spanner. But the problem with that then was, I then thought, if I get this wrong, then we've got no engines at all. So I'd rather nurse an engine with a squealy fan belt than I would have possible no engines at all and be stranded in the middle of nowhere.
So I have to quickly Google
Yeah.
find a boat yard nearby that can fix the boat, because of we literally in the middle of nowhere.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Like the island has nobody there, so we were sort of kind of in the shallow water in between two rocks.
In 2.5 meters of water between
Yeah.
two rocks, we'd anchored.
Yeah.
I then said, well, it must be. The way I looked at it was the only cause of this would be the impeller has broken and it's not pumping the water around the system. So I started to take the cover off to get into the impeller, and of course our stopcocks are broke, so all the seawater was merrily coming through the impeller housing into the boat, and that was when you were panicking a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah. You're going to sink the boat. We're flooding with water. He said it's going to come in only 6 litre. It came in like 60 litre. Then we have to empty it out. So it's not.
So then we're trying to pump all the water out, going like mad,
and
pumping all the water out.
It's like manual pump.
Back in.
Have you bought a proper pump now?
I have bought a proper pump now, but we're on a manual pump. And what happened was as well, because we were pumping up at the time, we were sucking up water and oil. The oil and the water mixed together meant that the pump wasn't working. It was just sliding too easily, and it wasn't sealing, and so it wasn't pumping water out, and the water was coming back in, and we were slowly filling up with water. And we just put the impeller cap back on and thought, do you know what? We're just going to have to sail as best as we can through the islands up to the nearest marina and just ask them if they can help us. Engine lasted until around the corner. We're now hobbling our way to the nearest yacht services place.
And now we are in the boatyard, just having some engine look at, because when we started the boat it get overheated ever so quick, and we try to fix it on the way, but no luck. So now we're here in Saban.
They also helped reattach the sail to the car that goes up the mast, so that was really helpful. And now we had 2 sails and 1 engine. Yeah, yeah. Day 6 was we're merrily rolling along with both of our sails now, and it's great. So we're motor sailing further north
on the very light wind, but it did
light wind. So we were motor sailing, and then we're going along, and was it you or me that took the radio call? Croatian Navy, this is Sawasdeekat, over. Basically it turns out the Croatian Army or Navy are now using this area as a firing squad. So we're just trying to find out to see if we're in the wrong place at the wrong time. We think this is the boat ahead of us. So it turns out that this little green spot here is the Croatian Navy doing gun practice. I only took note of about the first 5 digits out of. I think they give you 7 or 8 digits, don't they? And I only took notice of the first like 4 or 5, and I was thinking, right, okay. So that's exactly where we are.
Yeah, they said it's okay. We're not shooting your way, so you still okay. Just carry on.
Yeah. So we got out of that one and anchored that night again by doing the same thing again, which was setting the anchor further forward, and we stopped in this very little bay that looked like a hillbilly town, didn't it? But it was quite a nice place actually. And then the next day we motored further north, got a bit further north, but that day we were absolutely swamped in the most weird water ever. It was like bath water. I mean, not even a ripple. It was crazy. And we had fog, didn't we?
Yes.
And we had fog so thick we were like...
Temperature drop again, and then like sort of a very like misty, like the film, the mist. So you just like traveling like slowly through this thick fog, and you can't see a thing. Like, so you can see only like 50 meter or 100 meter ahead of you.
Yeah, Puck had to sit on the front of the boat to keep an eye out for any other boats, because you just couldn't see
because there's nobody else around. It's only us. Now we are sailing north of Croatia toward Pula, and we go into Trieste, and this is the sea condition that we are facing. We are going through the mist. It's no wind. The water is so calm. It's still like a lake, but the visibility is next to nothing. We cannot see far away, like probably about 50 or 100 meters. That's about it. and we can't see the land because the fog.
Mm.
So we just have to rely on the remarine that we are in the right position, and we just like traveling through.
But eventually we anchored in a bay, and we thought this is fine. We're nearly there. We're nearly at Trieste now, aren't we? Turns out we'd anchored accidentally in Slovenia. Unbeknownst to us, that part of the coast, we never even knew Slovenia had a coast, and we had to get going again quickly in the morning because a bore. It's probably one of the few places we could have anchored that night that missed the bore, to be honest.
Missed the gust.
So we were lucky.
And then we sailed into Monfalcone. Once we arrived to Monfalcone, we tried to ring the harbour and ring the marina. They said, yeah, you can come in, but nobody going to be here because we stopped for lunch. So you just have to wait around.
You can do what you like. We're going to lunch.
Yeah, even though we haven't got the engine, we haven't got like the full, working engine.
Yeah. So it was a little bit entertaining getting into Monfalcone. They did come out and meet us and give us a hand, which was very helpful. So here we are, eventually in Monfalcone. Here the story with the poorly sail drives does not end well, so subscribe and join us next time to see what happens there. Click that bell and take care for now. Bye.